Welcome to Compton, California, and a UPS depot where not only do we get to watch electric package cars do last mile delivery, we get to see middle mile Class 8 tractors with temporary and permanent charging.
They started about 5 years ago with some thoughts and some dreams, and we started talking to the dealerships, the OEMs, to find out what we needed to do to make it a reality. It's been a long journey, and the biggest hill we've had to climb, and we're still climbing it today, is the hill for infrastructure to get us up and running.
Today you see one charger here. We'll have 3 ABB chargers outside to serve 10 e-Cascadias and 15 chargers on the inside serving the package cars. Fundamentally, this is a site that has the potential in the long term to go 100% electric. It's an urban location delivering packages into our neighborhoods, picking them up from the airports and from the ports. This is a facility that I think UPS could envision one day being all electric.
As a utility, Southern California Edison is doing everything we can to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles. At this UPS site, there were 2 projects, and both projects had very different circumstances. One of the projects was for the last mile delivery vehicles inside of the loading dock, and that project proceeded without too many challenges. The other project is a project for Class 8 vehicles, and the charging infrastructure was placed outside of the building. And with this project, we did run into a hurdle with getting permits and easements. There was a little bit of an easement challenge between 2 of the authorities having jurisdiction, and we're waiting for that to be resolved so that we can complete the construction.
InCharge has been a partner to UPS for more than 3 years. We've been working on multi-facility rollout of electrification of their fleet. And our role in particular is to help with the fleet planning, the facilities planning, design and engineer sites, do the installation, provide the equipment, supply the software, and the ongoing operations and maintenance.
The project that they have inside is definitely cutting edge for the simple fact that it's under their metro line, and if you've been inside of a UPS before, you understand the metro line is one of the busiest parts of a UPS. It's part of our InControl, which is our InControl load management platform.
InControl software from InCharge is designed for fleets from the ground up specifically to serve fleet managers. And what it does is it limits the amount of power you draw from the charging stations to the vehicles at any given moment, so you never exceed the facility total load.
What we have here is our ICE 30 setup. These 15 chargers are set up on one 800 amp 480 panel. So these are DC fast chargers that charge up to about 30 kW. And in this application, we see we have it under metro line here, and you have packages running all along here. And what will happen is once the driver gets done with their delivery, they'll back up and they'll plug in like how this one is. And this will sit overnight. And then once they'll bring in the packages, the driver can now come in, load up his vehicle, get ready to go, disconnect, and now he can go drive his route for the day.
So the MT50Es that you see behind me, these are our series production vehicles. At FCCC, we also make the chassis for the electric school bus, for the Thomas-built bus application. It's called a Julie. The platform's actually pretty similar. They both use a Proterra battery system, the main difference being that the MT50E uses a Dana e-axle. Overall, a lot of positive feedback. The idea behind this design was really to have a pretty seamless transition between our ICE MT platform and the electric vehicle. So most of the feedback has been positive. Range has been pretty high, what we've marketed, around 170 miles on a full charge loaded. And generally feedback has been good.
We call them package cars. We don't call them trucks. At least in the UPS, jargon, it's a package car. It's really fun to drive. It feels almost like you're driving a smaller, lighter vehicle, but it's the same size, same capacity. Big difference is how quiet it is, you know, and you can't almost tell that it's on until you look at the readings on the dashboard. I feel like it drives more like a car than a big package car or a big truck.
So I'd say the biggest things we're adding are AC charging. So these vehicles behind me are DC charging only. We'll be launching AC charging early next year, Q1. That's something that was resounding from the market, to have AC charging as one of the features on the vehicle to allow for longer dwell time charging and not as much infrastructure investment for these types of applications.
With that in-control network, it allows you to charge simultaneously, charge one at a time. It allows you to do load management.
The regenerative braking on this vehicle is designed really to have a pretty seamless transition between the ICE version of the MT and this MT50, the electric version. The idea there was that there wouldn't be a huge difference for a driver hopping into this version of the MT versus the ICE version. So I would say the regenerative braking is not overly aggressive. We are looking into adding multi-level regen in the future as well. But overall, the regen doesn't have a very aggressive feel, so it allows you to kind of get acclimated to the concept of regen braking.
We've ordered our trucks, we've had our trucks built, we've had our trucks delivered. Our trucks were delivered starting in November of last year through March of this year. We had 10 E-Cascadias delivered.
Ordering the trucks and developing the trucks and talking about the trucks for several years and actually seeing them was a huge success and milestone here in Compton. We are UPS's primary Freightliner dealership. We support and sell all of their E-Cascadia product they have today, along with all of their other Cascadia and Freightliner products they purchase from Daimler Truck. You know, each dealership, every time we release a truck, we learn something, and we can offer that support to the next customer.
What we've done is found out the available power capacity that we had left here at UPS, and we've put in temporary chargers. Now we have one temporary charger, 120 kilovolt charger, to charge 10 electric vehicles here in Compton.
What we're seeing right here is it's two charging ports. They're able to pull up two E-Cascadias and charge at the same time.
The challenge is for us right now to rotating these vehicles through the charge cycles to keep them on the road.
My name is Sal Larios. I've been a feeder driver here at the Compton facility for the last 10 years. I was really skeptical about the EV truck when it first started coming into, our gears. It's coming like, no, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. But it actually works. In all aspects of our day, from morning to night, it does work. So after driving it a couple days, I was convinced that this was the way to go. 5 years ago, if you would have told me that I was gonna drive an electric truck, I would have said no way. I would have said, no, it ain't happening. There's no way they can have the power to pull 80,000 pounds fully loaded going down the highway. And yes, it is possible to do that with an EV truck.
I love working on new technology. I'm glad that UPS went this route to implement going green, and something that I've always been interested in. I like working with computers, and it's just like working on a computer. So, communication, and definitely it's something that is different than mechanical, but it's a lot of engineering involved.
This project is very exciting to me. In addition to having two types of vehicles electrified here, last mile delivery vehicles as well as Class 8 vehicles, this project is impacting the community that these delivery vehicles drive through, because they are reducing emissions for the residents in this community. So this project for me is exciting on two levels.
It's a journey, it's a challenge, but when you see the vehicles driving up and down the road and realizing the impact that you can have on the people that are living in these towns that we deploy these vehicles in, It's just an extremely rewarding feeling to know that you're helping better the planet and the lives of others.
The environmental and health benefits are substantial. The quality of life benefits are substantial. And when you think about that writ large in these communities, it's a really powerful change we're undertaking.